So back in Berlin in 2019, I bought this little disposable camera, basically to just play around with it a bit, and took a few frames and then completely forgot about it. And even when I took it with me to Taiwan, I completely forgot about it. So I filled up the last few frames in the last days and weeks, so I thought it might be a fun idea for a video to go develop the film and then have a look at the images for the first time together and probably see how shit most of the images are. Alright, so here we got the film. Alright, so it's actually Wednesday now because the film lab is only developing films on Tuesdays. So I picked it up yesterday evening. I haven't had a look at the images. They're on my computer, so let's go. So we have 26 images. So this is the first one. Alright, so that was in Berlin. This is actually quite a shit image. I mean, it has kind of an atmospheric thing with the light coming there. Yeah, it's alright. I mean, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sort of subjects, and it's kind of mysterious. But nothing really special. Just a snapshot, I guess. Alright, next one. So this is actually already in Taiwan. Oh yeah, I see. What I was trying to do here was connect this guy with the legs here. Unfortunately, the color is just completely the same with the scooter, so it doesn't really work in what I was trying to do, because the legs are just not visible at all, and then it's just an empty image basically. Alright, this next one, this is actually kind of nice because it has the eye contact and it's kind of separated into 3 parts. Yeah, you have those girls here, you have this couple, and then you have this mysterious man in the background. And actually the cheap blur kind of does something, the out of focus, and that you got the eye contact from her and the hand here. It's actually not too bad. It's actually quite a nice one for just being a cheap snapshot. Alright, next one. So this is pretty horrible if you look at the grain. It's just super. Oh, there's a thunderstorm coming. I was just wondering what the loud bang was. Anyway, so yeah, the grain is just super strong. I don't know if I was trying to connect the yellow lines here, but it doesn't really work. And I mean, what you might wonder is why this empty rectangle is here, but I mean, then again, it's not really an interesting thing. I mean, this was taken before the COVID outbreak here, so I guess seeing those yellow lines is kind of special or somewhat unusual, but it's not really a special image. Alright, this has something. I mean, the grain again is just absolutely horrible, but it's a pretty simple image, like see and click. But the helmet there is actually quite funny. I think to stand out, you'd need more than one weird thing happening at the same time. Or the thing, so basically the helmet here, the subject, would have to be super weird. Something that can carry the image on its own. But this can't, but it's alright. It's not horrible. Alright, so this is actually quite nice. Obviously you're playing with the lines here. I mean, it's not really well composed. I guess I was trying to line up these lines here. I'm actually going to start drawing on there. I think that's not a bad idea. Yeah, so I guess I was trying to connect those lines here. That's kind of nice because it leads you through the image. Like, lines are everywhere. So you have those lines here. And you have those verticals here, the shadows, and then there's kind of the standout element. I think that was what grabbed my attention, was those chairs. Again, nothing really special, but not horrible. I mean, I can see some value in this. Oh yeah, this is at a park in Taipei. So what I was trying to do here was obviously to have 2 scenes going on at the same time. the child, the lady. I think it's not too bad that it's so dark. Like you just have those silhouettes here, and you have this kind of more obvious scene on the right hand side. It's a bit, yeah, you don't really know what it's supposed to say. It's a bit empty maybe, and I think the part down here hurts a bit. Like if it was all dark, that might be better, might be a stronger image, but here you just don't really know. Yeah, that doesn't really add anything to the image and rather distracts from the silhouettes back here. Alright, another one from this park. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, the guy standing here is kind of sweet. But I mean, it's just a snapshot, nothing really special. It's maybe somewhat nice that he's, like, you have this line going through here, then you have the subject standing there and this line, so it kind of leads the eye through the water to this guy. And then you have those two ladies here, so maybe there's a connection between them, but it's just a snapshot, it's nothing special, and maybe that's just, or probably just overinterpreting the whole thing. Alright, so this is nothing. So this is just, I think, I remember there was a lady standing back here, and yeah, you can't even see her. There was something going in here, but it's way too dark and too grainy. I mean, if it was actually something happening, it might be okay, but like this is just, yeah, nothing. This is actually not a bad scene. It's unfortunately a bit far away, and the part here on the right kind of takes away from the image. So I think if you cropped it a bit, or if I just had been a bit closer to the image, to the subject, it might have been a better image. If you look at it, okay, and move on. Yeah. I mean, obviously a lot of the images are rather quickly snapshotty taken. So it's this, I mean, it's actually kind of nice with those flowers, and you might wonder what the guy's doing behind those flowers. Those clothes kind of blend in with the flowers, so there's this line of colors. And I like that the hand is sticking through here, kind of catches the eye. I think the grain hurts this image a lot. If it was a bit less grainy, that might have been nice. I mean, maybe you find it aesthetic, or I don't know, love this retro look, but yeah, I think it takes away a bit, but I guess it has somewhat of a story between the flowers and what this guy's doing there behind them. Alright, this is actually not too bad, I think, because it's quite a clean frame. Because you have this woman sitting here, and then you have this guy here, and he's situated between those lines, and sort of standing in front of a bright spot, and the red of the woman kind of makes her stand out. You look at her and then you wonder through him, because they're both sitting on this circle here, and the whole frame is kind of clean of those geometrical shapes, and it's nice and centered, which is a bit classy, but it's nice. And I like that the woman is looking to the left and that this guy is looking away, so it kind of creates a relation between those two. Maybe a love story, maybe a broken heart, maybe a fight or something, or maybe nothing for you. But I think this is that's alright, definitely better than the last few ones. Yeah, I remember this one. This is a bit far away. I just spotted this way too late, and later she took down the flower. So what I was actually going for here was this lady holding those pink flowers over her head. And it's a bit far away, so it's not really the first thing that catches your eye. Actually, the first thing is this lady here. Yeah, this is actually better. Actually, this is quite a nice one. I think, again, the grain is way too strong. But it's kind of dynamic, because you have the hand here, and kind of she holds the flowers into the camera, and they're clearly visible here. Her hand leads kind of to the flowers. That's a shitty circle. Yeah, and then leads nicely to here. You have like a secondary subject here. Even the camera is looking at those flowers. That's kind of nice. She's looking here, so also putting some attention on these flowers. And then in the background you have this one, which is also not the worst, nothing special, but better than being empty, I guess. So yeah, this is actually quite a nice one. Definitely one of the better ones. Oh yeah, this one I posted on my Instagram as well. This is actually also quite nice because there were a lot of dark pigeons, or normal pigeons, normal looking pigeons, and there was this one white pigeon, and the tree didn't really cover the whole pavement, so there were these spots of light, and when the pigeon walked into the light, that was actually quite nice. And she stands out nicely here, so, and I think actually the imperfections from the camera, that it's so blurry, kind of helps putting focus on the middle where the pigeon is, so this is actually not bad. I don't know, I mean, it's okay. It's kind of got this triangular composition here, which is not bad. And I like this foot because it kind of adds a dynamic. And you could maybe make out a story because they're all walking into different directions out of the frame. Let me draw an arrow. And that you actually can't really make out those pigeons in the back. And she's so in the center, it's actually not bad. I don't know which image I like better. This one might be a bit more experimental. I like that it's more on the pigeon's perspective. This is just from a human's perspective. This is done on the pigeon's level. I guess I like this one better. Alright, so this is at the Democracy or Freedom Square in Taipei. Yeah, I remember this woman was always dancing in the light here. I thought the whole body would be underexposed and just the lit up part visible. Didn't really work. It's also kind of blurry. I guess that's just a bad image. This one, yeah. I like the birds flying here and that they're all over the image. That's nice, but the rest is okay. Another one with the birds. So I took quite a few images at this spot. Yeah, nothing really special again, like just flying birds. You don't really have anything going on with the reflections or with shadows or with people. Yeah. Another one with birds. Yeah, I think I took too many images of those birds. Yeah, again, I mean, the nice scene was obviously this guy feeding the birds and pouring this part on there, but it's just taken from my point of view, from far away, and it's not really special. Alright, so I took this in digital as well. That was actually when I tried to fill up the camera, so just a few weeks ago. It's not bad. I mean, you have obviously, I guess, her and my shadow. Those are the two things standing out the most. You have kind of an interaction going on in the middle here. And then you have this lady here looking outside of the frame, which kind of adds a nice different element, so it doesn't really feel like this is a closed scene, but there's more happening in the frame, which is kind of nice. And what isn't really visible, she had a really long shadow, so you can kind of make it out the shadow was going all the way back here, but yeah, it's kind of dark and really grainy, but the light was nice. It's okay, not bad. I guess medium one. Not bad, but not really special either. This was shot through a telephone cell. It's okay, nothing really special. The sign just means word, so no meaning here, just sunlight. Alright, 3 left. Yeah, I think I posted this one on my Instagram story as well. It was actually quite a nice scene, even though I think here it's out of focus and grainy, and I think that hurts the image. Even though it's actually quite a retro looking scene, I liked all the lines here and obviously the triangle of light and the sea in the background. But yeah, it's too grainy, too out of focus for me. I also don't like too much that the chair is cut off here. Would be nicer, and this one is sort of cut off here, so I should have taken it a bit more to the right to make it a cleaner frame. I think here the digital version works better. That was at some weird pods at like family traveling resort homes that were run down in old ruins, and it's just way too dark. Can't really make out what's happening, but it's not really mysterious either. So I think that's a missed shot. And the last image, that is actually okay. That is not too bad. Because those pods were looking really weird. It was like these UFO looking pods. Nothing special. I mean, anyone can take this image there, so it's nothing good on my part. But the image itself, if you haven't been there and you just see this image, it's not the worst. It's not bad. It's quite interesting. And the trees and this one here on the side kind of add to the intrigue. Yeah, so I think that's it. So I think those 6 would be my favorites out of those 26. But yeah, so that was it. Actually, the images were better than I expected. I thought they would be completely crap and mostly wasted images, but not the worst turnout. And 1 or 2 images, the ones I showed you in the end, actually I really like them. So it's not too bad. Maybe I'll do it again and then actually remember to take pictures and fill the camera up quickly. But yeah, you can let me know down in the comments if you liked any ones I didn't like, if you think I was playing wrong, if they're all terrible. You don't have to hold back, just tell me what you think. But I think it wasn't the worst turnout, and maybe it was fun for you to watch. I can say for myself, in the last few days or for a week or so, I've been sort of analyzing my own images on Instagram, just writing what I think went wrong and what works. What I want to say is maybe you can try, critiquing, analyzing your images as well. Don't overdo it, but just a little bit, see what went wrong, what works, and decide for yourself what you want to do better next time or what you want to avoid next time. And I think it's a good way for me to get value out of Instagram because, I mean, my engagement has really dropped. So actually, for me, it doesn't really make sense to post, but this way I can at least have sort of a journal of the shots I deem better and still write down what doesn't work and maybe what does work sometimes as well. Yeah, just a small tip in the end. Thank you for watching. I hope it was enjoyable and see you next time.